Pollution in the Klampok River. So our study is over the Klampok River, which is a part of the Jurang watershed located in central Java, Indonesia. It is a part of the Semarang district. The river is about 16 kilometers long and passes through 4 sub-districts in the Semarang district. And these 4 sub-districts include Bandayang, Balwan, Burgas, and Pringapus. The Klampok River is surrounded by agricultural, residential, plantation, and industrial activities. The population growth in this area, as well as the activities by locals for various purposes such as bathing, washing household items, irrigation, agriculture and industrial activities, and even drinking water, have shown negative impacts on the Klampok River. The population of the Semarang Regency in 2015 was about 1 million people, and in 2020, the population is now at about 1,050,000. It's had over a 50,000 person increase, which is about a 5% increase in population. As with anywhere, an increase in population leads to various environmental degradations in order to meet the new increase in needs, such as a heightened use of this river. The high use of this river can cause it to become polluted quicker, especially with rice field agriculture and settlements. Production wastewater and domestic wastewater generated by industrial activities around the Klampok really contribute to this pollution burden affecting the water quality. Water quality is the nature of water and the content of living things, energy substances, or other components in the water. A fall in water quality can mean a heightened presence of bacteria, protozoa, and viruses, which indicate the presence of fecal material and pathogens originated from digestion. Water quality models are essential for the development of planning and management measures for water resources in river basins. Water quality models derived from Streeter-Phelps equations have been widely used for assessing water quality, as well as to predict damage resulting from the implementation of water resources management measures. The main parameters used for river water quality testing and studies might include physics, chemistry, and microbiology. Physical parameters consist of turbidity, temperature, and total solid. Chemical parameters include dissolved oxygen, BOD, nitrate, total phosphate, and pH levels. Finally, microbiological parameters include the amount of fecal coliform. We'll be focusing on the chemical parameters for this study, including dissolved oxygen, BOD, nitrate, and other chemicals. BOD is a big way to tell if a stream or river is polluted. The high concentration of BOD in the river is due to discharge of waste from industrial activities surrounding. Personic waste is mainly found in the food and beverage processing industry and is composed of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and occasionally nitrogen compounds. It is generally in a form that can either rot or be degraded by microorganisms, and therefore when it enters the river, it'll increase BOD. Sampling for BOD tests how much oxygen is needed by bacteria in order to break down the organic matter. Sources of biological oxygen demand consist of leaves and woody debris, dead plants and animals, animal manure, wastewater treatment plants, feedlots, food processing plants, failing septic systems, and urban stormwater runoff. Industries that discharge wastewater into municipal sanitary sewers or waterways face strict regulations on the levels of BOD. This is because it can become incredibly harmful to an ecosystem when high levels of BOD can potentially kill off all of the components that make a river healthy, such as organic and inorganic compounds, and the organisms that live in it. In the next video, we will explain in more detail what exactly BOD is and how we analyze it in a river or stream. So, eutrophication is the excessive release of nutrients into water that leads to low dissolved oxygen concentrations, which can harm the wildlife and productivity of the water source. In addition, eutrophication can encourage the growth of algal species. Algal species can cause an increase in BOD and the potential for the algae to release toxins. Other consequences of eutrophication include the increase of fish kills and overall structural changes to the ecosystem of the Klampok River. The Klampok River has the potential to suffer from eutrophication since agriculture is prominent in this region. In addition to eutrophication, the Klampok River has the potential for industrial pollution if an industrial plant or chemical plant is placed on or near the river. The release of chemicals, if not treated or regulated properly, can cause disruptions to ecosystem structure. Chemicals can kill aquatic organisms, leach into groundwater, contaminate drinking water, cause health issues for humans or animals, or cause contaminants to flow through the food chain. In order to combat chemical pollution, treatment processes could become more efficient. More regulations can be put on discharge amounts, or an industrial plant may not even be placed on the Klampok River. Due to the Klampok River's small size, it would not be safe to have massive amounts of chemicals being discharged into the river. So the goal of this study is to determine the water quality in the Klampok River through techniques such as determining BOD in the river and analyzing the plug flow reactor with contaminants. We will be using MATLAB components along with different calculations to work through and explain each concept in our study. For each of the 6 videos relating to our study, there will be a quiz over the concepts discussed, and an answer key will be provided as well. In this course, you will learn MATLAB concepts such as ODE 45 to construct a numerical solution, the symbolic toolbox to construct an analytical solution, substitution using the symbolic toolbox, and visualizing data with plots. In order to conduct our research on the Klampok River, a few assumptions need to be made. The first one being that the river is in a steady state flow, which means a constant volumetric rate. We use this in order to solve our mass balance equations used in our calculations for both BOD as well as for the plug flow equations. Another assumption we are making is that this is a first order decay rate, which is also used to solve our mass balance equations with both concepts. Another main assumption that we make is that there is a constant inflow of contaminants, which is necessary to make for this study with the calculations we use, and equations that we are using. The final assumption that we are making is with the utilization of control volumes. We want to choose a control volume to solve for BOD and the plug flow reactors so that we know our inflow as well as our outflow. There are a few important calculations emphasized throughout our study with the Klampok River. So for our first concept of BOD, we work with a lot of rearranging of common equations. For example, we know that BOD consumed is just the initial BOD minus the BOD at a given time. We then go on to look at our mass balance equation. This consists of deriving our ODE equation and then plugging in equations that we previously went over. We are able to get a BOD equation, a BOD exerted equation, as well as an oxygen concentration over time equation. For the agricultural and industrial pollution plug flow reactor, we use a mass balance equation at both steady state and non-steady state. We take a look at the mass accumulation formula, which is equal to what is coming in plus what is leaving, plus or minus the reaction rate. We then solve for the concentration downstream, which consists of the total flow multiplied by the total concentration, which is equal to the flow of the river multiplied by the concentration of the river, plus the flow of the pollutant multiplied by the concentration of that pollutant. Our calculations also include general unit conversions that are seen throughout our calculations as we solve. So we also go over a few MATLAB concepts. These concepts include the symbolic toolbox, which is the analytical solution, and with the symbolic toolbox, we use a substitution of variables within that symbolic toolbox in order to solve for our equation. We also use ODE 45 in MATLAB when we find things such as the concentration of our industrial pollutant. Finally, we make use of MATLAB plots and subplots to represent our results and findings from our calculations.